it is Sunday. I am filming. Everything is as it normally is. On Monday, I had Mr. Muhlenberg dress rehearsal because on Tuesday, I had Mr. Muhlenberg, which was kind of more like a dress rehearsal as well because there were like 10 people in the audience. Mr. Muhlenberg is basically a fundraiser event that nobody goes to because it's too expensive. It's $7 a ticket, and it's kind of like a beauty pageant, but for guys, and usually they kind of mess around. And there's only 4 guys in it because there's only one per class. So if I were in charge of Mr. Muhlenberg, I would lower the price of the ticket because it is a fundraiser, so it's got to cost money. So I would lower the price of the ticket, or I would just ask for donations and sell like baked goods or something. I would have more people in it because the more people you have in it, the more people will come because people will come to see their friends do funny things. And I mean, like, those are basically the only 2 changes I would make. I don't know how the program of the show went because I literally only danced and I didn't do anything else for it. But the dancing was pretty fun. None of my friends came because the tickets were $7 and they weren't going to pay $7 to see me dance. On Wednesday, I just had my normal crazy Wednesday. We talked about perks for next year a little bit and kind of how the team, apparently this year, it was like not as fun. And so the girls who are going to be like the president and vice president next year were like, we want to make it more fun. And like, we want to make it like how it was. And I was like, well, if this year wasn't fun, like, I am psyched for next year because I had a blast this year. So like, it's going to get more fun? What? On Thursday, Mallory was in a fundraiser cabaret with her a cappella group that was for a different group called Live in Color, which is not technically a cappella. They are more of a performance group where they just like perform Broadway songs. So I went to see Mallory in that, and she was very good, and I'm very proud of her. On Friday, I went and saw my friend Grace in her production of Beauty and the Beast, which was fine. I've seen better productions. But apparently there's a lot of drama behind that I'm not going to get into because I don't know the facts. And I also went and saw Mallory in Song Swap, which is when all the a cappella groups get paired up with each other and swap songs. And her group, Harmonics, which is the youngest group on campus, got paired up with Dynamics, which is the oldest group on campus, who think that they're better than everyone else. And Harmonics just took their, like, most popular, one of their, like, most sung songs, Bottom of the River. I've heard them sing it, like, 12 times. They don't need to retire it because it's a good song, but they need to stop singing it so often. And they took it and they made a spoof of it, which was super funny because they turned it in kind of like a song about being drunk. The Dynamics thought that this was an attack on them because everything needs to be about them. And the Harmonics were like, no, this is literally just describing typical college student. Like, calm down. Yesterday, I went to volunteer at this thing called Book Blast, which is something that one of the local churches does, where they invite kids to come in and they like read a book and then they get that book and then they do a bunch of crafts and then they eat lunch, which is really cool. I helped out with one of the craft tables. The theme was Dr. Seuss, so they made their own Horton, which was really cool. They just made it out of like a silver solo cup and paper. And then, what else did I do yesterday? Oh, I also saw a senior showcase yesterday, which was really cool. It's when all the dance seniors they all do like pieces in a show. Some of them are solos, duet. I think the largest group was 3 people, not including, there's a giant group dance at the end, which was super cool. It was only like an hour long. It was super short, but it was really, really nice. And it was kind of like the seniors' last hurrah. If they're in Dance Emerge or if they're in Gallery, they still get to perform that. Here's the program for Senior Showcase. And it has, like, all the seniors who performed, which is super cool. My RA performed. Where is she? She's right here. That's my RA. There were 5 girls from Perks who performed. So, it was really cool, and they have all these, like, cool dance pictures. And, yeah, it was really fun. And then last night I went and saw a French recital because I have to see 4 like music department sponsored shows because of my voice lessons. So I saw the French recital last night, which counted as one of them. I don't have the program anymore because I threw it out, but it was really pretty. And then last night I kind of just chilled in here for a while and played solitaire for literally an hour and a half. And then I started reading Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which I have already read. I got it at the library over winter break, and I loved it. And when I went to see my friend Grace in her show Beauty and the Beast, they were having a used book sale, so I got 5 books for $3, like, total. So I got Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I got Anna and the French Kiss. I got The A-List. I got Tiger Eyes. And then I got 13 Reasons Why. Now, I've already read 13 Reasons Why, and I've already read Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, but they were so good and so cheap. Like, I had to. The others I have not read, but they look like your very stereotypical romance novels that I love. I also have a few other books up there that I've bought while I was here that I haven't read yet, and I need to get back into reading. So that's why I'm decided to read Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, because I've already read it, I already know that I love it, and hopefully that'll get me back into the habit of reading. Today was pretty mediocre. I just went to Manito like I normally do, helped out there. Afterwards, because it was so cold at Manito, we went to Dunkin' Donuts. I got hot chocolate. I think we all got hot chocolate. And then I came home, I did some homework, I got my homework done. Woo! I finished Land of Open Graves, which is an ethnography that I'm reading for anthropology about border crossers from South America into the United States. It's very heart-wrenching. I cried a few times. I highly recommend. It's very good, and it's very eye-opening to what it means to cross the border, because I always kind of thought it was just like climbing a fence and then like bam, you're in America and like you kind of go on your way, but it's really not, because I mean, many of these people, if they're coming from Mexico, usually don't live near the border. They're usually coming up from wherever they lived, and not only do they have to cross the border, but they also have to survive through the Sonoran Desert. It's in Arizona. I'm going to look up real quickly. It's called Prevention Through Deterrence, basically funneling these people through this desert. So, yeah, that's about it. So, bye!